Hi, this is Andrea Callie, and I wanted to go over a recent project that I did in Camtasia 2021. And it's a simple lower third, or as you can see here, it could also be used as a title. So I just wanted to create something that did not focus on a logo, but maybe an image. And this particular example, this isn't actually, that's a video. So I'm going to run this lower third. And there are a few things happening here. We're going to unpack it. And you can see that's 8 seconds long. So it's really not a long animation, but it's pretty effective. Now, obviously you can make it longer or you can make it shorter, whatever you want to do. So let's go ahead and unpack this a little bit. Let's just scroll through slowly. We've got the image or video area and the outline animating in. Everything's kind of fading in. It's a little bit, it's off to the left, but it's not all the way off to the left in its final stage. So I have that, and then at about half a second, or a little more than a half a second, I have the whole text box part and the image cutout, or whatever you want to call that. Everything's moving off to the left to be in its final place. And then I just call this maybe a reveal swipe, but it's just a shape that I animated. And it looks like it's revealing the top line, which is the person's name. Then it gets a little bit bigger to start expanding on the second line, and then it looks like it reveals the text on the second line. And then you can see in the upper corner on the right a little bit of animation just to give it a little something extra, that little movement kind of comes and goes. But you can see the video, which I really like having the video there. I think that's a really neat effect. So and then that's it, it ends. So let's go ahead and unpack this. I'm going to expand on the photo video lower third. That's what I named this, and I have it all packaged in one group for a very simple reason. One, it's easier. I added this as a library asset for myself, so I simply right-clicked and said add to library, and I have that. I can pull it at any time. But I'm able to set up the quick properties panel for this entire group of fields and layers that I have working in tandem to make it happen, which is really fun. So this is where you can change the image or video right in here. You can change the top text, the bottom text, and then the text box is a combination of this shape right here, as well as right here we've got this outline for the video or image, and then the reveal swipe is this one right here. So you can, right here, you can change the colors of all these elements, as well as the text and the image or video that goes in the text box, or excuse me, goes in the photo box. So it could be, this is all you need to do is get in here and do this. But let's go ahead and unpack this a little bit. So I'm going to expand this group. Let's take a look at what we're looking at. So we have the photo and text box right here. We have the top text, the bottom text, the reveal swipe shape, and the motion squares, which is simply it's a motion graphic. It's an MOV file. And I have, let's see what we have going on in this. I have an effect called color tint applied to this, which allows me to change it to any color that I want, so I can match it. Basically, I matched it with the reveal swipe shape, and you can do that. The original color, let me turn the color tint off. The original color of this motion graphic is white, but I have the motion tint visual effect on it, so I can change the color to whatever I want. And then let's see what's happening right here on the photo and text box group. This animation right here, Let's see what is happening on that. So I'm going to select that. Let's go into the visual properties and let's take a look at the position. So I'm positioning this, I'm making it, everything shift a bit to the left. So the photo and the shape for the text box and the stroke that outlines the photo all move as one. And let's see, keep an eye on the position. So I'm going to just go next frame. So the position of that whole group, I can move that as one item, is changing. So that's what that animation is about. Let's go ahead a little bit deeper into photo and text box. Now this is where the text box, which is this shape right here, as well as the stroke that goes around the photo or video, and then the photo or video. So we've got this right here, which is the stroke, and this right here is I try and turn them red. These are the shapes that I apply the visual effect of media matte on, and that allows me to isolate the area that I want to show from the video or the image that goes behind it. So it makes it easy to add whatever size video or size image that you have, and it's always nicely in that square shape because I applied the media matte to the shape that goes above that. So that's what these two layers do, or these two tracks do. And then these two tracks right here are the text box area. And again, I like to color the shape that's going to have the media matte applied to it in red, so it just makes it easy to identify as you're looking at it and when you're setting up the quick properties panel. You don't have to, but I found that it makes it easier. And having it set up this way makes it nice in case you wanted something other than a shape as that text box. Maybe you want an image or a pattern of some sort that's bigger than the shape that's right here. You can actually change this shape out with an image or any kind of a graphic or whatever else that you want as the background text box of the text box. And the media matte makes it so it's always going to be the proper size. Okay, so one other thing, the reason why I have the photo in its own group is that it makes it easier to adjust the image that you've changed to or the video that you've changed it to. And I'll show you right here. So right here, if I have it selected, notice the box is kind of big. It's a little, I'm like, well, how big is this video anyway? This is kind of a weird shape. But let's go ahead and let's go into that group. If I select it, here is the actual video size. It's just a regular landscape style video. So you bring it in, make the size anything that you want to focus on in that square, and change the position of it. And then that's all you need to do. So let's go ahead and close this. And we're going to close this. And we're back to this main area. The top text, pretty self-explanatory, but let's take a look at it. As a matter of fact, let's turn off the reveal swipe shape so you can see how I've got that basically making it look like it's revealing. So I'm going to open up that group, and it's got the text track and a shape that's on a track. And the shape has a media matte effect applied. And if you can see, now that that is selected, if you can see, you can see the outline of it, or the bounding box. As I scroll through or scrub through, you can actually see that I've got it. That's how it's revealing. I'm basically making that shape smaller. If I turned off the media matte effect, you can see that It's the original color of the shape. And you can watch this width field. So that's how you basically reveal text, by easily using a shape with a media matte effect on it. And the bottom text is exactly the same. It's just that watch the outline or the bounding box. It's going in the opposite direction. That's how I set that up. Let's close this. I'm going to view the reveal swipe shape, and let's take a look at this. So as you can see, it's getting bigger. Now it's starting its swipe to the right. Comes to the end, gets bigger, starts its swipe to the left, revealing the text underneath, when in actuality it's not revealing the text underneath. It's just following the timing and the animation that I have set up. And that's the reveal swipe shape. The motion squares, we went over that a little bit. It's actually an MOV file that I've applied a color tinting effect to it, so I can make the colors match a little bit, or I can have it whatever color I want based on the colors that I've chosen for the text box and the reveal swipe shape. But in essence, this is the lower third / title library asset that I can now use for anything that I want. And so it's really nice as a title. This could maybe have a different background, or maybe keep it as white like this. Or I can use it as the lower third, which was my original intention. Let's go ahead, go to the main group with that selected. I could make it smaller, position it where I wanted to, and as you can see, the text is big enough to still be seen easily as a lower third. But I really like the idea and the visual element of the little video inside of that, as opposed to just a picture or a logo graphic or something like that. Super simple to do that. If you don't have a video of yourself, simply put in a picture of yourself. Or if what you want to do is use it as for a logo, that little area, feel free to use the logo graphic instead. It doesn't, you're not locked into using a video or an image of yourself. So I know I didn't go into a ton of detail about setting it up, but I at least wanted you to see under the hood how I did set this up, and what I was thinking about when I was setting it up, and what kind of animations and effects I applied to the different pieces and parts of it. And this actually took me quite a long time to figure out the process or the sequence of grouping to make this actually work. For 8 seconds, I easily spent a couple of hours on this until I finally figured it out. I hope you found this video a little bit helpful and let you see how you can create things in Camtasia that are similar in design to some of the other higher end video editing applications. You just kind of plan it out, and you will use groups quite a bit to isolate parts and apply animations to those isolated groups. And once you get that concept in your head and you try it out and it works, it will become easier and easier for you to do things like this. And then you could take this idea and maybe run with it in a whole different direction to create something unique for yourself. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks again. Have a good day.